Hey guys, what's up? So today guys, I'm going to be showing you how to script in Roblox. This is the first episode of the series, so we're only going to do something basic. Um, and I'm going to have an advanced step after that. If you would like to do the advanced step, then just continue watching the video. I will have a time stamp up on screen which will take you to the advanced part if you just want to go to the advanced part. Without further ado, enjoy the video. Okay, to start off, you need to open Roblox Studio and create a new world. For demonstration of this video, I'm going to be using the pirate world, which is a starting world that you can pick if you want to. And as you can see, it starts with this pirate ship, and there usually is a bridge here. I've removed it for the purpose of this video. And as you can see, there is cannons, and I've actually made my own little entrance off the boat here. This is where we're going to be making a bridge across onto this island. So to start off with, you're going to right click and you're going to head into insert part. And then you're going to press move. You're going to turn collisions off just by pressing this little button here on the home menu. You're then going to go to model and set the rotate to 0, 0. And you're going to set the move to 0.01 studs. That's going to be allows you to move your little part a lot more easier and a lot more natural to the movement you make. So we're going to rotate it and sure it is straight. There we go. And we're just going to line it up with this ship. By the way, you don't have to make a ship or anything. For the purpose of this video, I'm just doing it on this ship. But everything that I'm going to do in this video implies to everything you can do with what I'm showing you. So it's easy to tag along is what I'm saying. So you could be on a different world and doing this on a different world, a different thing for a different part. You could do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to scale, and you're now going to line up to whatever you want to do. Line up to. I'm just going to make it so it fits this boat. See, this boat's a bit of a weird shape, but it should be okay. That's good enough for me. And then in your menu, you'll have a toolbox here to your left, an explorer. Think of this like folders. So if I was to create a folder on the desktop, and then I'll probably have some images on the screen now, but a folder on the desktop, and then if I was to go into that folder, there would be more folders and pictures. Think of it like that. So the workspace is what we have everything in. And the workspace is in game. So this is our part that we just created. We're going to rename this and call this bridge. Bridge. And then we're going to go ahead and choose a colour for it. I'm going to go for a nice, I don't know, solid... Ooh. A nice little, what's the colour of this one on? I'm going to go for this colour here, which is pastel green. And then I'm just going to group it. So I'm going to right click and go to group. You can also do Control G to do that. I'm going to give the name of it. I'm going to call it path. Why not? So what you're going to do is you're going to go into bridge, and you're going to first of all anchor your part. And if we scale our part outwards, you'll see that we're a bit too high at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a nice little bridge bit that goes down. So we'll extend it out so it's like, I guess that's good enough. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to duplicate our bridge. Right click and press duplicate. And we're going to rename this to B1, I guess. So it's bridge and then bridge part 1, I guess. And then we're going to move it to the end. There we go. And we're just going to rotate it on this little red axis downwards. So it's like an angle of down. We're going to move it down. So there we go. So it's a nice little path down. Very simple. We're going to duplicate it again. And then rename it to B2. Give it a second there. Just B2. Just move closer to my desk. And then we're going to move it downwards so it lines up. There we go. It'll give you a nice indication. And then I guess is that good enough? We want another one down. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it again. And then we're going to rotate it so it's level. Now this is just like pre-script. This is just going to be building to start off with. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rename that to B3. And it's important that you don't use spaces in this, because when we're doing scripting later, the program can't read the script if it's got a space in it. So if you're going to do something with spaces, make sure to do underscores, because that's the way the code works. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this again, and we're just going to move it to the end of that platform as well. And then duplicate again, we'll rename them in a minute. That's good enough for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale it into the actual ground until it's like goes into the ground, if you get me. Just a little bit too high, so I'm just going to scale it down a little tiny bit, like the tiniest bit. Just going to do that for all of them. There we go. Scale it down a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. So it's not really that noticeable. There we go. There we go, that's good enough for me. So at least now that covers into the path. So we're going to go B3, B4, and then B5. So now we've got ourselves a model. This is what we call a model now. We've now made a bridge, a simple little bridge, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, inside of our group, which is what that's what we call a model, we're going to right click and go to insert object, and now we're going to go and press script. Now I'll take you to this page where it says print hello world. This is a basic program that a lot of people use, don't really use that often, but it's the basic programming message you can do. And also, say for example, I wanted the console to, when my script ran correctly, I wanted it to say print, and then I'll have two parentheses and say script ran successfully, and then we'll have an exclamation mark. Give us a second, I pressed the wrong thing, there we go. Script ran successfully, and there's two F's in successfully. No, it's not, it's two S's, sorry about that. Successfully. Right, it doesn't really, you get the point. Successfully. There we go. So then what we're going to do is we're going to press test, and if you watch down here in the console, you'll see a message that will say script ran successfully. Give it a second. My computer has been a bit slow today for some strange reason. Don't really know why, but it'll be fine. So there we go. We have got script ran successfully. And that's what we just put there. Script ran successfully. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to teach you what a variable is. A variable is something that we can say, I don't know, for example, put it this way. Let's say you have a friend whose name is Jeff, and Jeff has 5 apples. And then you have a friend named, I don't know, Ben, and he has 7 apples. Instead of saying 7 times 8, we could just use Ben plus Adam or whatever we put. And the reason for that is so we could, for an example, we could have, like, I don't know, maybe it's like some sort of game where it picks people's names and they can do stuff with those names. I'm not really going to go into detail because that's more advanced coding, but there's just a short, brief information about variables. So we're going to create a variable. So we're going to say local. I'm going to go B1, and then, because that's the variable what we're going to be, it's going to be B1, and it's going to be located, so we're going to press equals, game, because it's found in the game, dot workspace, then dot path, there we go, and then dot B1. Now, that's a very simple way of doing it. However, there is a more neater way of doing it. If you do equals script dot parent dot B1. Script dot parent dot B1. There we go. Now, this is our script here. It's going to the parent, which is path, and then it's trying to find B1 inside of path. And then what we're going to do now is you can actually just copy that if you want to and just paste it 5 times. I'm just going to speed through this. B2 equals script dot parent dot B2, and then again local B3 equal, okay, B3 equals script dot parent dot B3, and so on. Local B4 equals script dot parent dot B4. You get the idea now. Local B5 equals script dot parent dot B5, and you get the idea from here on out. So let's say we wanted these parts to change colour when we launch the game. So if we go into the part, if you click the part, you'll see the colour is here. We have 2 types of colours. We have brick colour and we have colour. Brick colour is like the basic colours that you can have. However, colour is like a way of customizing it so it's your own colour, which uses RBG, which is short for red, blue and green. And what you're going to do is, to start off, you're going to go B1, because we referenced B1, which B1 is in script.parent.b1. I'm going to go dot brick color equals brick color dot new, and then if we do something like green, so we have ghost green, ghost grey. So let's say we wanted it grey, for example. When we launch the game now, you'll see that one of those, so we went B3, so part 3 of the bridge will now be in a different colour. And yes, it is. There you go. So you can do that, and that's a very simple script. You can get a little bit more advanced with this, which I'm going to show you a little tiny bit now. B2 dot brick color equals brick color dot new, and then we'll go for, I don't know, pink, maybe it's, yeah, pink. Now I'm just going to copy this over so we can just speed up time. There we go, and copy and paste, and then I'm just going to change this to B12, B3, B4, B5. So that's that. However, if you want to pick your own colour, we have to use something called vector 3. So if you go to brick colour equals vector 3 dot new, and then let's say we wanted the colour, we go into here and we wanted the colour, I don't know, red, for example. We can see that the red, green and blue is 25504, okay? So we'll now go 255, and you can do a space if you want to, I do it because it just looks nicer, 04, there we go. And now when we launch the game, you'll see that one of the colours will now be bright red. Expected. Oh, sorry about that. Expected. Got it. Okay. So what you want to do, if you want to change the colour to something you want, you need to just do the colour thing. So instead of doing the colour, there we go. Brick colour, so you see how it's named colour instead of brick colour. We do that, and we do vector 3.new 25504. Now, if you have an error, it will always show up on here, as you can see. Particle colour expected. Colour 3. There we go. So I missed one thing. Colour 3. There we go. Okay. Give us a second. Colour 3, colour 3, Give me a second just to read. Sorry about that, I actually got it slightly wrong, but you do get things wrong in script. It's very easy to miss one thing and then you might not remember it later down the script, but luckily I've managed to correct myself, and I'm going to show that in a video that I have corrected myself. So what you want to do is you want to do colour, then you want to do colour 3. I was thinking of another thing, but it's nothing to do with this. Colour 3 dot from RBG, so we're from red, green, blue, and then we're going to do 255, 0, 4. Okay, and then we'll go to test and play, and as you will see, one of the colours will now be bright red. There we go. One of the colours is bright red, and we've got this like nice little pink, white, red pattern and green. Now there is a lot of other properties you can change, so I'm going to go through some of them. You have reflectancy, which is how much the sun will reflect its light off of that part. And then we have transparency, which is if you want the thing to be invisible, you would set that to 1. And it's very simple, so we're just going to get rid of the colour for now, and we're going to go, we can actually keep everything else, so we'll just get rid of the actual, and didn't mean to do that, but okay. It'd probably be easier just to get rid of all of them and just do B2, and then anyway, B2 dot B3, B4, or B5, whatever, B4, and it's pretty simple, B4. So let's say we wanted to do part dot, so we want to do transparency, so we'll go b1 dot transparency equals 1. So there we go, very simple. B2, B4, I've got two B4s, B2, B3, there we go. Dot transparency, let's do dot material equals, and then we're gonna do vector3 dot so no, so it's not vector3, material equals, and then we're going to say what material we want it. So we've got a few options here. We've got plastic, we've got glass, we've got loads of stuff. We've got brick, so we'll go equals brick, and we'll just go ahead and do brick. There we go. So exactly how it's spelt, equals brick. And then B3 will go for we'll go for shape, I guess, just to run a demonstration. Dot shape equals, and then we have ball, so we'll do ball. Then we do dot, let's say we do dot anchored, because this is a good opportunity to show you this. So if you want like one with a checkbox, so it has checkbox, we want anchored, which means it will be staying up in the air, it will have no gravity to it. So anchored equals false. And then B5, let's do can collide, so dot can collide equals false as well. And then we'll go ahead and test that. And as you can see, we've got one part that's not anchored, and as you can see, it's like a floaty thing. We've got one part which we cannot collide with, so we can just literally just walk through it. We've got one part that's a ball, and we've got one part that's invisible, but it is there. And this bridge does not look a very nice bridge, that's for sure. So today, guys, you've learned about variables. Thank you for watching. If you did like this video and want to see a second part of this video, hit 5. Let's get to 5 likes in this video, and I will release a part 2 by the end of this month. So I'm now going to be moving on to the advanced part of the tutorial. If you want to continue that, then please stay on the video. However, this will be using a little bit more code, and we'll be taking a little bit more time in order for that to happen. I guess I'll do a little end scene for this simple one. So we're now going from the simple to the advanced. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause, and I'll get myself ready for the advanced stuff. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're now going to be doing the advanced part of this scripting tutorial, episode 1. So what I've gone and done is I've gone and made a little wall here with a open and close button on it, and that can be found in the workspace, control panel, and button 1, button 2. Now what I've also done is the script we had in Bridge is now gone and have now been removed, and inside of the control panel, inside of each button, there is now a script. There is also a thing called a click detector. The way you get that is just right clicking, insert object, and then click detector. I also put a decal on which is just the thing that says open and close, and they're very simple. All you have to do is insert decoil. It will come up with this orange grid. You just pick the side where you want it to go, and then you go to Roblox and just insert an ID, which is very easy. I'll do a separate tutorial on that if you want me to show you how to do that. But for now, what we're going to do is in the script for button 1, because we want it to open, we'll start with button 2 since it'll already be there. But what we can do is have a script, insert object script, that will just I guess we could say it will just set the transparency of all of them. Like, I guess what we can do then, thinking about it now actually, what we'll do is we'll just start with the close one. So the close, which is button 2, and then we'll go script. So first of all, we're going to make our variables. So if you use 2 hyphens, and we go variables, this is script that it's not going to run, it's just like text. So I'm a drink there, sorry, I've been talking for a while. We're going to go to local game. So we're going to local, and then we're going to call it B0. So B, and then go to game dot workspace. Then we're going to go to bridge. Then we're going to go to B, because that's what we've got in that. Local B1, which is B1, and we've got to put an equals there. There, equals game dot workspace dot bridge dot B1. There we go. Local B2 equals game dot workspace, and so on, dot bridge dot B2. Now I'm just going to continue on doing this. B3 equals game dot workspace dot bridge dot B3, and I'm going to continue this just very quickly, just to get our variables done. B4 equals game dot workspace dot bridge dot B4. Then exactly the same for one more. B5 equals game dot workspace dot bridge dot B5. There we go. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to copy this over to the closed door script. I'm also going to rename this so we don't get confused. I'm going to call it close script. And then I'm just going to go open script as well. Open script. And then I'm just going to open it up and just paste it in here. So we've got exactly the same in both. And then we're just going to create a line so we can have this is where we will change, add stuff, yeah. Add stuff, I guess, for now. Yes, that's good enough. And then, first of all, what we're going to do to close the bridge, we're going to do is we're going to get all of these variables, sorry. So B, then we're going to go B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. And first of all, we're going to go dot transparency. I'm just going to copy the, before we do that, I'm just going to copy them. Click and copy and paste it again. So first of all, we're going to go no can collide equals false. I'm just going to do this for the first couple. Can collide equals false. So that means players cannot stand on it, which is what we do want because it's going to be closing. False. Then a dot can collide is false. False. Can collide equals false. Right, I'm going to introduce you to a new piece of code now, and if this is going to loop code. So if we do while true do, so whilst this is true, it will do these things, and then we're going to put an end on the end of that, just so that it doesn't do it for the whole piece of code that we are using it for. And then we'll go, I don't know, dot transparency equals, I don't know, 0. Let's go for 0.5 on all of them. Dot transparency equals 0.5, and then transparency equals 0.5, and then dot transparency equals 0.5, and then transparency equals 0.5, then dot transparency equals 0.5. Very simple. So now what we can do now, very clever, is, so the transparency is equal 0.5. It's going to set that to 0.5, but however, I've just remembered now, if we go 0.1, that means it will be visible. So we go 0.1, sorry, and then we go take 0. So it would be add 0.1, then add 0.1, add where's it? Add 0.1. We don't actually need a space. I'm just gonna get them in line so it's easier for us to change it in the future. There we go. 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1. So it's going to start with 0.1 and then it's going to add 0.1. So slowly it's going to be invisible. Now, what we want to happen is if it gets to 1, we want it to then stop from continuing. I mean, it can continue, but it won't really do any harm continuing. But make sure you also have a wait in between your while true, otherwise your Roblox will just freeze and it's not a very pleasant experience, that's for sure. I'm just going to do that because I kind of like that time. So that'll be fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do if b dot transparency is equal to 1, then we're going to set, and then we're going to go b dot transparency equals 0.9, and then we're just going to copy this all the way down basically. So we can just copy this and then paste it after this. So B1, B1, and then we're just going to go again, space, paste it, B2, B2, and then continue, B3, B3, okay, B4, B4, and then one more time, B5, B5, okay. Then what we're going to do is, because right now people can't press the button, it won't work. What we're going to do is we're going to make a reference to this button. So we'll go script.parent, and we'll go local button equals script.parent dot button 1. It's not button 1 that we want though, it's button 2. And then we go dot, and then we'll go, then if we scroll down to the bottom you'll see if we do, oh, we're making a reference to the button, sorry, we're not, and then we'll go local click detector equals, we'll just make that capital click detector equals script.parent dot actually we should be fine, is that right? Give it a second. Dot button dot click detector, there we go. Now what we can do is we'll press space, sorry, enter, and then we'll go button dot click detector dot mouse click, then we'll go connect function, and then what we're going to do is right at the bottom of this script we're going to go ahead and place an end, and just going to do this. So there we go, that's a basic script, very simple. It's just going to set them to collide so that the player cannot collide with the actual blocks themselves, and then it's going to give it a second. There we go. What's this? It's okay. We forgot to put a bracket out there to close the function, which is, this is the function here. So we're going to press play again. That should be fine now. Okay, so right now it's fine. We can walk up here. If I can now hover over this and press close, you'll now see we can't walk through it, and it's going to slowly disappear. That's right. Why is it not disappearing? Let me just check if everything ran clear. Why is it not? Have I got this the wrong way around? I think I may have got this the wrong way around. Give me a second to check. It's always good though to make mistakes, because that means you've not done it right, and that means that, so the transparency is 0.2 of that part, but is it changing is the question. 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. So why aren't you then going up? 1 second. I'm a bit stumbled on this. Why is that not doing what it should do? So wait while true do transparency do. I'm gonna I'll be back in a minute. See if I found my mistake. Okay, I have found my mistake. So what you need to do is go b.transparency equals 0.5, and then if b.transparency is equal to 0.5, then do b.transparency equals 1. I did it slightly wrong, but now I've sorted it. So if you would like to now copy this and recorrect it, I guess, that was a mistake on my behalf. I'm very sorry, but mistakes are good because you're not going to get through life without mistakes, and the mistakes make you better, in my theory. But anyway, so all we're going to do now is we're going to copy this, and then right click and copy, and then with the close, so now we've done the close button. Now if we do the open button, we'll go into the script, open script, and we're just going to paste it, and then again I'll just say things to add, and then local, the button is going to be button 1 now, and that click detector is fine. And then instead of it being this, we're all going to have to do, if transparency is equal to 1, so it's transparency equals 1, and then if it's equal to 1, then set it to 0.5, and then we'll copy that. So we go, if it's equal to 1, then 1, then 0.5, and we'll just do the same quickly, very fast. 1, there we go. 1, 0.5, 1, 1, and 0.5, and then same thing goes here. 1, 1, then 0.5, and then what we're going to have to do is, because that's not going to be straight like thick for people to walk on, we're going to have to add another if statement in. So we go if b dot transparency is equal to 0.5, then it's going to do b dot transparency equals 0, because then it's going to set it to full, like, so they can see it completely. So that's correct, and just double check that. I'll be back in a minute to double check that. Yep, so I just checked that, then it works. So also what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to do can collide equals true. So just change these from false to true, basically doing the opposite of what we did in the other script. True, 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 and then we'll just go ahead and do this for this. So after this, so it's there. So if not, that's something we'll be looking at soon. If b1 dot transparency is equal to 0.5, then b1 dot transparency equals 0. There we go. I'm just going to continue this down. You should do the same, and I'll be back to you at the end. So that's it. We've done that now. So if we go ahead and test this now, we'll go ahead and press play, and we'll walk up onto the bridge, and we can literally just walk straight up onto it. There's no like anything. So there we go, straight up onto the bridge. And then what we can do is we're gonna say we're on here, so we're going to attack. So we're going to go ahead and press close, and then the bridge will slowly disappear. There we go, disappeared, and nobody can walk on it anymore. And then we can go press open, and then the bridge will slowly come back. Just give it time. Give it time. I don't know what this glitchiness is about, so give me a second. I don't know why it's glitching like that. Okay, I found the problem. So one thing is you'll do as a script is you'll way overthink things, and obviously I've overthought that, and you can see the script now. So if you would like to have a look, you can go ahead and recorrect that. As you can see, very simple now. You can do b.transparency transparency equals 0. This is in the open script. So if you want to, I'll leave this on for a few seconds for you to copy this. You can always pause the video right here and look at this screen right now. Okay, and now I'm going to move to closed script so you can see what's on this closed script. So if you want to copy this on the closed script, you can do this. Again, you can always pause the video now. So there you go. You can always pause the video now. And yeah, I guess that's the first episode of scripting for beginners, I guess you could say. Basic scripting. And a little bit of advanced stuff if you were following along and you followed to this point. Hit a like down below just to show your loyalty that you've been watching for this long, and that'd be highly appreciated. Thank you. And if you don't mind subscribing, I do videos quite often, as well, I try to at least. I only do it when I get inspired by something or get something that inspires me to do something about that topic or doing something around that. Thank you for watching. My name's Ryan, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.